Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you guys more than the meta. Once again, I want to show you some gameplay playing online ranked regs gameplay using Buffalo Bills on offense and defense. I'm using the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, in particular the dime defense. This is I'm going to be running a lot of quarters in this particular scheme. Going against a guy that's ranked 4,000 in the world. He's got a little bit over almost 500 games online. So this guy's got a lot of games underneath his belt. And you will see, actually, he's got a pretty diverse playbook. He's got a lot of different plays that he uses when he's playing. And I'm just focusing on basically running this play. Right here, actually, I literally was pulling my guy off when I chased him down. In that type of situation, he actually hits me with like the verticals with the underneath route and gets a nice little completion. So he's just moving along. I'm just trying to pick up some tendencies, and this guy threw right into some coverage. So you're going to see him make a lot of risky throws, and he'll get penalized on a couple of them. But right here, he takes a shot up top. He tries to go and get an aggressive catch, but I push this guy out of bounds. Second intense situation. Does a little off tackle run right here. Actually, this guy was pretty committed to actually running. Back to a trip set right here. Now I had a guy on the backside. He tries to hit me over the top, and I had a defender right there to go and block the ball away. And he actually goes ahead and settles for 3 points, which really is not a bad thing to do. Take your points, go up by possession, see what your opponent's going to do. It's the first quarter of the game. It's a long game. All right, so right here I do a nice little inside zone. Get some really good running play right there. I'm still setting up my audibles. Usually the first quarter, first series is a little bit shaky for me because I'm still trying to set up my audibles, and I don't want to take any kind of delay of game. I had the whip on the backside, but I just couldn't get the ball out. His pressure came off the edge on this. So this guy was blending in a lot of man blitzes. He was using a lot of like 40 six blitzes and then jumping into zones. And what he would do defensively is he would switch up his plays right before the snap. So there's going to be some misreads by me where I misread the coverages. If he stayed in his particular coverage, I feel like I made some pretty good decisions right here, or I don't. He actually had that pretty much locked up. I could have hit the seam with the post route, but I just didn't like how the guys were pressed down. I didn't give me a lot of clearance for the throw. Whip route on the backside. He gets a bad animation with his tackle. I'm able to go up 7-3 going into the second quarter. So right here I jump into cover 2, and that's my responsibility is playing the middle linebacker. I've got to do that carry route over there. So that was bad user by me and bad misunderstanding of my coverages. I think right here I might have jumped into man coverage, and he actually just hits me right up the middle of the field with a run. So this guy was blending in a run and basically blending in pass pretty effectively. This is a formation I was actually having some hard times with. He went with a spot route right here, actually threw right across the middle. He actually went to that formation a few different times. I think right here he starts no huddling me in this formation. He did a mixture between runs and running, doing the spot. Motion spot right here. Right here, I totally missed an interception. I switched into man coverage. You see how my defender was down there to go ahead and try to catch it, but he actually gets a completion and runs with it. So huddles once again. It gets away with what could have been a pick six. Right here, I jump into a play. He actually runs inside, gets a nice little animation, falls forward for a first down. First intense situation, still doing a heavy set. I'm just labbing this defense just to see how effective it was, and I missed my man assignment. That's my man assignment right there with my middle linebacker. You can see there was nobody manned up in the center, and that was me. I was supposed to do that. I actually had basically flood coverage out there, so it just wasn't my assignment. So 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. I could score. I get the ball in the second half. I'm pretty much in the driver's seat. Right here, I do a little risky throw right there with the little hitch route, the curl route. Then I do the auto motion. For some particular reason, this play, I can't catch the ball in stride. I always go ahead and basically throw a catch, and the guy will actually stumble down with that auto motion, but he always gets me some yards right here. Right here, once again, same situation. So there might be actually something I'm doing with my fingers that's causing that type of situation. Back to this particular play, I'm looking to the out. I'm going to run this to the outside, go ahead and stop the clock. I want to salvage as much clock as possible against my opponent. Right here, he actually takes away my read off to the right side, so I just go ahead and get rid of it. It's a 3rd and 1 situation. So I'm looking to the whip on the left side. I don't like the leverage. I don't like the inside dig route, so I go ahead and take a shot and come back to this ball with the tight end, which is kind of a risky throw for me because the user was there, but he was completely out of position as a result of being able to go and get a completion. So that was my 3rd progression based on that particular play. So right here, I work the clock down, take a timeout. I got about 17 seconds left. It is going to give me about 3 opportunities into the red zone, and I'll kick the field goal if that's what he gives me. So got the whip. He's got that whip actually bottled up. I actually probably get hit off the left side, but because the pressure came in, that kind of messed me up a little bit. Go ahead and wheel this guy out to the left side. I go ahead and hit the switch concept underneath it. So switch is basically one of my plays I like to use down in the red zone. You're going to see me actually struggle in the red zone in the next series. So right here, anytime I'm like in a end of half situation, end of game situation, I just go with basic man coverage, man align. And just hope my guys can get off the edge. So you can see right here, he actually has nowhere to go with it. He actually throws the ball up deep, and as a result, my defenders are going to stop it. So he comes out in the second half, kicks an onside kick, which is not necessarily a bad thing to do. Obviously, you want to get your opponent to score quickly or get a stop quickly. So I don't think that's a bad thing to do because a lot of times people maybe not prepare for it, but I've been playing this game long enough. He's showing me cover 3, so I'm going off the left side. He actually carries with the tight end, but because of this is a cover 3 beater, I'm going to hit him and get a touchdown into the end zone, score really, really quickly. I would have preferred to choose some clock, but that's okay. Going up by 2 scores is going to put more pressure on him. And this guy settles into the run. Look, he doesn't go ahead and pass the ball down because he's by 2 scores. He actually goes ahead and takes a shot up top. So right here, I get a nice little animation with my defensive player actually get an interception. So I'm in the driver's seat right now. All I have to do is just go ahead and chew the clock and get some points on the board, and this game's pretty much toast. So 2nd and 8 situation. Jump into the wrong play. I was chewing the clock down as much as possible. Right here, I'm looking for the deep out, but because the pressure's coming in, I just can't get that ball off. It just takes so long to develop it. And then right here, I've got a streak and a comeback route concept, and I'm looking for the streak, and I've got an underneath route, but I go to the comeback route, anticipating the defender to actually come down to take away that drag route underneath it, but I misread it. So you could see the drag route was open, but the defender actually played it perfectly. He was playing the split in the middle. And I went high, and as a result, he actually takes me out. So back to the spot play that actually was hitting against me. Once again, he's doing a 2 wide receiver set. I've got this up. The adjustment I have is I basically go ahead and do hard flats that takes away the little crossing routes, and I got to play the middle of the field if he comes back to spot. So let's go ahead and see if I set it up correctly because he was no huddling me. So you can see the guy's crossing underneath. If I had a hard flat out there, that guy would have fell out into that zone a little bit crisper, and I didn't make the correct adjustment. Right here, it goes back to the run. So he's sprinkling run, and then he's actually using spot with fast reads. He's just quick snapping it. Now he jumps into a different play. It was like a little whip underneath, and you can see the defender did not actually cut that route off correctly. There was a defender there. And that could have got a little bit ugly for him. So right now, basically, he goes with a RPO zone run, and it just throws my guys on their backs, and as a result, he gets in the end zone. Goes for 2 in this type of situation. Jumped into a cover 3 coverage out of a heavy set, and he finds the hole and actually goes and he's down by a couple. Now he's showing me cover 2 in this type of situation. So cover 2 beater. This is in my ebook. I actually catch it correctly, and unfortunately, that could have went house. In that type of situation, I got the ball down to the seam, and I just didn't get the ball, completely going. If I probably a little bit faster guy over there, probably would have done a little bit better. And then right here, Hines runs up the ball up to the middle and gets down to the 1 yard line. Now this is going to be a crucial play right here in this type of situation. He's running with goal line. I do an RPO, but I don't get rid of the ball correctly. So he's doing goal line again. I missed the corner right here. I should have hit the post, and that typical read He's doing goal line once again. I decided to go ahead and bubble, but he's got a hard flat out there. Another defender comes down and plays it perfectly. So fourth and goal situation. I'm going to go ahead and kick the field goal and just go up by an additional score and try to stretch it out by 6 points, because if he gets the ball back, I can at least get in field goal range to win the game. So right here he goes with a motion play out of the empty set. I just think he was kind of just sprinkling things in. He should have stayed with that twin set. I was having a hard time. And here he actually throws into my users, and I don't get an animation. I get a pick. Switch things up. Go with a man blitz. I have to carry the guy in the middle of the field. He hits me with the underneath route. Perfect play. This is something he did previously, but I needed to mix things up, so that's why I went man coverage. And then actually starts doing a little inside zone against me, and this particular defense, this time defense, is not very effective against an inside zone. So you'll see him run it a couple different times. Right here, inside zone, I get blocked again. I don't think I slid my guys over, so it's not. I can't shoot the gap because I'm not sliding my guys over. So my tackles have to be slid over into the B gap and the A gap for me to go ahead and have some run play right here. And right here, I actually know where to go. That play is completely locked up because of the coverage. He goes back to basically this set right here. Has a quick little out. Gets a 3rd and 4 situation, back to the same play again. Hits a little angle route, and I'm able to go and pick him off with Bernard, and Bernard is going to run the ball back right there. So big play right there, big stop in that type of situation. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. All I have to do is just get the ball into the end zone, and this game's over with, or even get a field goal. So now he starts from burning timeouts. The guy understands clock management. He's burning timeouts on top of the 2-minute warning with the anticipation that he's going to be able to stop me. I'm going to force his timeouts in this type of situation, because if I can go up by 9 points, this game's toast. It's pretty much over with. I'm going to go and motion out the wheel with the tight end. Looking for the read. The wheel route was the right read, but I actually misthrow the ball, and as a result, I get a 4th and 8. So I'm going to go and settle for the points. Not a big deal, but look at the little kick bar right there. I doinked it. I missed the field goal. I just got excited because I got a stop against this guy. I'm getting some stops with this defense, and he didn't know where to go with it. So this is the perfect setup for this defense. To stop you underneath, but the problem with this defense is that you give up, especially when you get a fast wide receivers like Metcalf, you give up the deep ball if he sees it correctly, and it actually hits me and actually goes up by 1 point. So all I have to do is just get in field goal range and chew down the clock as much as possible, and I'm going to be able to win this game. So right here, I actually get the ball down, 2nd and 8 situation. I'm looking for the wheel with Hines off the left side, but you can see he quickly adjusts and plays a different defense. And I really didn't have anywhere to go with that. He actually jumped into a cover 3, and I didn't read that correctly. So I'm going to motion this guy over. Davis is going to be outside. He's going to get really good separation. I'm able to go and catch that and get out of bounds. And then it's about 59 seconds left. 1st and 10 situation, back to the wheel. Finally completed that. Right here, break a tackle, break another tackle, and I'm actually into the ball in there. I thought I was knocked out, but I get the ball into the end zone. And I decided to go for 2 points. I probably should have sat on that particular ball, but I just ran in the end zone. I was waiting for this guy to get tackled, or I thought he was tackled and he wasn't. So 50 seconds left. He needs a big play. He has no time for a timeout, so he actually go ahead and go over the top with man coverage, and maybe get an interception with Hyde and basically pick him off, and that's basically it. The guy quits out after that. So good defense. This guy made some misreads with the defense I was running out of this dime package, and if you guys want to get a better breakdown exactly how I run it, go to my Patreon. So once again, thanks for your support, guys. Until next time.